Good morning, guys. I bought this new Super Duty 2025 F350 Tremor, and here's my old Super Duty 1986 F350 4x4, and this one's about a month since I bought it, and I wanted to go over some features, or things I should say, that Ford has not changed in all these years, which I'm really happy about. First thing, manual locking hubs, also known as freewheeling hubs. If you get the Tremor package, you get the same. There's an auto mode and a lock mode. If you leave it in auto, it'll actually be freewheeling on both sides. I understand some of the other trims, models don't do this, but if you get the Tremor, you get the freewheeling hubs. You put it in lock only if you're desperate and you're stuck and you want it to be locked. Otherwise, it's an auto and it's freewheeling unless you select the 4x4. Overall stance looks about the same, honestly, after all these years. This one's got 35-inch tires. These are the old 16.5 wheels, and I believe these are roughly a 32-inch tire, and completely stock. And this bed is weight loaded a little bit, but otherwise, overall stance looks to be about the same after all these years. Under the hood, a couple of things to point out. Number one, old school mechanical clutch, or thermostatic clutch, mechanical fan. At least on the HD trucks these days, Super Duties, same old, same old. Instead of a metal fan, you have a plastic fan, but you still have the thermostatic clutch there, which is great to see. And this is a big one, guys. Back in the good old days, there was R12, and then there's R134 now. And I just switched the system over to R134. And this is really great to see, but to this date, all the HD Super Duty trucks, they still use R134A. They don't use the new R1234YF crap that I guess there's still patents on it that protect, manufacture of it. It's just really expensive, and until the price of that comes down, I'm really glad to see this here. And I think this is probably specific to the truck I bought, but vinyl floors, original floors, and Ford still offers this. They call it the carpet delete option, but these are vinyl floors. Really easy to take care of. Next, under the hood again, pushrod V8 big block. This is the 460 big block, 7.5 liter. Pushrod V8 Godzilla 7.3 liter engine. I'm glad to see that. This is sport injected, that's carbureted, but still pretty old school, if you ask me. Group 65 battery. You can get this anywhere, Walmart, Costco, you name it. Group 65 battery. And that's something you can still find anywhere. Really easy to access. Just a just a clamp that holds it. And happy to see that. There's a proven vacuum brake booster, master cylinder. Here's the same old vacuum booster, the brake cylinder. There's an ABS unit now, of course, that the old trucks didn't have, but that's a safety feature that's pretty much must have these days with the higher horsepower situation. There's a steering column, intermediate steering shaft right there, running into a steering gearbox, and then that connects to a drag link, tie rod ends, whatnot. Same old, same old. Got intermediate steering shaft, although there's some unit there that I don't understand that's specific to the Tremor package. I don't really know what that does, but at least past it, it's still an intermediate steering shaft to an old school gearbox, steering gearbox, right there. 3 bolts or 3 or 4 bolts that hold it to the front, and then goes down to a drag link and tie rod ends. Next big one, solid front axle, Dana 60. Although on leaf springs, that's different, but at least it's a solid front axle. And here solid front axle. I believe this is equivalent to a Dyna 50. Ford used to use the 60 on this platform, but they switched over to the 50, but still it's a solid front axle. Easy to drain, easy to maintain. After all these years, it's pretty interesting to see that Ford hasn't changed a whole lot in the overall layout of the subframe and frame. You have the engine cross member right underneath it, over the solid front axle. Yeah. Engine, the cross member right underneath it, which makes the oil pan change a pain, but overall it just looks so familiar, which is great to see. This old bad boy has overload springs. This youngster here, overload springs. And here's a really big one, boys. Look at that. Key ignition switch on the dash. I mean, that's seriously old school. Heck, even my 80s old school truck, the ignition is on the steering column. I mean, this goes really to the 70s when Ford used to have the ignition switch. So there you go, folks. These are all the things I can think of that keeps the Super Duty, and for that matter all other HD truck platforms from other manufacturers, old school still. If you can think of anything else, please leave it down in the comments.